Hello and welcome to another edition of News Showcase. I am Priya, Tamil Nadu's first artificial intelligence news presenter. Voting was held today in the second phase of India's general election across 13 states and territories. Some of the well-known contestants in this round are Rahul Gandhi and Shashi Tharoor of the Congress Party, as well as Federal Minister Rajiv Chandrasekhar, actor Hema Malini, Arun Govil, and the Speaker of the lower house of Parliament, Om Birla, all from the governing BJP. Some of the key regions that went to polls in this round are Kerala, parts of Karnataka, UP and Rajasthan. The southern state of Kerala will be closely watched, which is a stronghold of the Communists and the Congress Party, where the BJP had campaigned hard. And in neighbouring Karnataka, a swing state, where both the Congress and the BJP have a sizable support base, and the state's regional government is run by the Congress.
We are here because we want to change the government in Delhi. I have made no bones about that. As a Congress candidate, at every junction, at every stop, I have repeatedly made the point that as far as I am concerned, this is an election far greater than my own future. It is about India's future. It is about changing the government in Delhi. That's what we are here to do. We are here to restore democracy.
The Supreme Court has ruled against calls for cross-checking of every vote cast on the electronic voting machines with paper slips generated by them. But the court suggested the election regulator should develop a machine to count votes simultaneously recorded on the paper slips, known as VVPAT. The court also said the device on the machine where party symbols are stored should remain sealed for 45 days. It also suggested a fee if voters want their votes to be cross-checked and the fee to be refunded if the voting machine was found to be tampered. The Association for Democratic Reforms led calls for cross-checking of every vote so that voters are sure that their vote went to the party of their choice. Reports say the global messaging app WhatsApp has told the Delhi High Court that it will quit India if it should end the encryption feature. The tech company declared its stand as the court heard its petition against a government rule that wants messaging apps to reveal the identity of a user if required by a judicial or competent authority. The lawyer representing WhatsApp told the court people are using the app because of the privacy it offers, and if it is told to break the encryption, then it has to go. He also said the government requirement was against users' privacy and it was introduced without consultation. The lawyer pointed out WhatsApp will need to preserve millions of messages for years to meet the demand, and such a thing did not exist anywhere in the world. Reports say the founder of Kotak Mahindra Bank and one of Asia's richest bankers faced a significant wealth dip as the bank's shares fell by 13% a day after Indian regulator, the Reserve Bank, ordered curbs on it. The bank was barred from adding new customers through its digital channels as well as new credit cards due to risks in its technology systems. According to reports, Uday Kotak, who holds a 26% stake in the bank, lost over 10,000 crore rupees in a day. The bank, which conducts almost 98% of its transactions digitally, is expected to face growth challenges due to the ban. The bank has pledged to adopt new technologies to strengthen its IT systems and work with the Reserve Bank to resolve the issues swiftly. The visiting U.S. Secretary of State and China's president have met in Beijing in an effort to normalize ties after a steep decline in recent years. According to reports, President Xi Jinping told Secretary of State Antony Blinken that the U.S. and China should be partners and not rivals and refrain from vicious competition. Blinken, who is on his second visit to China in less than a year, said both sides have a shared responsibility to move forward with active diplomacy. He also told a press conference that he urged China to discourage Iran from increasing tension in the Middle East and about the dangerous actions in the South China Sea and the Taiwan Strait, which separates Taiwan from mainland China. Social media app TikTok's parent company has said it has no plans to sell its U.S. assets despite a new law mandating its sale or face a ban. The law, signed by President Biden, comes over concerns that the Chinese government may seek access to its data. According to reports, the app is used by 170 million Americans. ByteDance has denied that it is a Chinese company and assured users of their rights and its intention to fight the matter in the court. According to reports, 20% of the company is owned by its founder, 60% by investors, including major US firms, and 20% by employees around the world. The Chinese government has dismissed US concerns as paranoia and warned that a ban on TikTok could backfire on the US. The University of Southern California has cancelled its main graduation ceremony in the wake of protests against the war in Gaza. In some universities across the US, police used chemicals to break up demonstrations, which have been spreading in the past week. According to reports, activists are urging universities to divest from companies supporting Israel's war in Gaza, accusing them and President Joe Biden of supporting what they call genocide. Columbia University is negotiating with student protesters to avoid further disruption, where police made scores of arrests this week and a congressional leader was heckled during a visit to the campus. Some universities extended the deadline for student transfers, and reports said the California State Polytechnic University may remain closed due to protests. A Saudi Arabian model and influencer could potentially become the country's first contestant for the Miss Universe crown. Rumi Al-Qahtani, who has participated in various pageants, has faced criticism for her attire and the use of the Saudi Arabian flag, but she has remained adamant. Her mother reportedly supports her and acknowledges her influence on other girls aspiring to participate in beauty pageants. The Miss Universe organization has said it is currently vetting a potential candidate from Saudi Arabia, but it clarified that no official selection has been made yet. The development is seen as part of Saudi Arabia's efforts to revamp its global image under Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, as the conservative nation fights criticism over gender discrimination and repression of dissent. The vibrant annual Festival of Lost Jewels was held in Nepal, which has its roots in the country's golden age. The festival in Handigon, near the capital Kathmandu, culminates in a week-long celebration when devotees throng the site to witness the procession of gods, particularly the idol of goddess Vaishnavi. The deity is carried in a chariot to the town and stops symbolically at homes with red mud, which signifies a pause for offerings. It moves to the beat of music before it is immersed in a pond, emulating the search for lost jewels in the water. The chariot of goddess Mahalakshmi also takes part in the ritual, adding to the festivities' grandeur. This tradition reflects the rich cultural heritage and historical significance of Handigon town. Kashmir's famous tulip garden has concluded its annual event after a month-long display. The garden in Srinagar witnessed a surge in tourists with 4.5 lakh visitors during the season, surpassing last year's count of nearly 4 lakhs. The uptick reflects a growing trend of tourists flocking to Kashmir in spring, drawn by the allure of the tulips. Situated at the Zabarwan Mountains foothills, the garden has become a symbol of beauty, attracting both domestic and international visitors. Despite the daily influx of nearly 15,000 people, the end of the bloom season marks the conclusion of the event. The Tulip Festival in particular garnered an extraordinary turnout, underscoring the garden's status as a key attraction in Kashmir. The toy train in India's famous Darjeeling hill town is a big draw even now, after it was introduced nearly 130 years ago. The train, built in 1881 and also known as the Darjeeling Himalayan Railway, remains a beloved attraction, drawing in numerous local and international tourists in the eastern state of West Bengal. The train runs on a 2-feet track and does 8 daily trips split evenly between steam and diesel engines. Spanning about 87 kilometers, the toy train received UNESCO World Heritage status in 1999 and recognized for its cultural impact in the region. During the trips, delighted tourists described the experience as heavenly, while expressing hopes for further development to the system in the future. Thank you for watching. I am Priya, Tamil Nadu's first artificial intelligence news presenter. Do tune in, same time tomorrow, for a roundup of the latest news and updates in India and around the world.